Tomorrow is Election Day, and today the candidates in the state's two biggest races, governor and U.S. Senate, delivered their final pitches to voters. Tonight we have team coverage on these two races. We start with Ward Jollis, who's live at the state capitol now. He's following the race for Senate, and Ward, both Mandela Barnes and Ron Johnson brought out some other big-name party members to stump for their cause today.
Well, that's right, Amber. We heard from Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes and Governor Tony Evers here at the state capitol just a short time ago, both trying to bring out whatever firepower they can ahead of tomorrow's election, especially Barnes, to regain some of that support that you've seen really in polls recently slipping and going towards the Republicans. Now, both Barnes and Evers appeared alongside Attorney General Josh Kaul, Senator Tammy Baldwin, and other Democratic Party leaders here just a short while ago. Meanwhile, Ron Johnson, alongside Congressman Brian Stile, Eric Toney, and even former UN ambassador and South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley in one final election push in Janesville earlier today. Here's what Johnson had to say to voters about why he believes he deserves their vote.
This fundamental transformation of America, unfortunately, now we're seeing what it looks like. It's 40-year high inflation, record gas prices, skyrocketing crime, an open border, flooded deadly drugs. This election is a fight for freedom. And it's not somebody else's fight, it's our fight. And it is a fight that we absolutely must win.
And Amber, like you just heard there, probably one of the biggest issues Republicans are running on this election cycle has to do with the economy and inflation. Johnson arguing that Republicans must gain control of the Senate in order to turn things around. And you've seen polls showing him with a slight edge over Barnes recently. And tonight, Barnes made his final appeal.
People mention inflation, and it's a real thing. It's going up. Price is going up about 40%. But as bad as things are, we should have a little hope. We should have a little optimism, because in our greatest challenges, we have our greatest opportunities. We have an opportunity to get rid of Ron Johnson, expand the majority, and truly deliver even more for working people in this country.
And you have to remember, Amber, also, this race is so consequential. It might not only be important for Wisconsin, but also the country. It's a race that could make a difference in which party has control of the U.S. Senate over the next 2 years. And if past election cycles here in Wisconsin have taught us anything, it is that likely this Senate race will come down to the wire. And speaking of coming down to the wire, we're actually going to bring in reporter Caroline Date here, because, Caroline, you have been following the governor's race here in Wisconsin. It's even closer than the Senate race.
It is. If the poll